Okay, so once you arrive on your mat, take a nice deep inhalation through your nose and out through your mouth as you say, ah, just settling yourself on your mat, just noticing the sounds you hear around you, bringing yourself to the present moment, noticing the feeling of the body resting on the mat, feeling that support of the earth so you can release and let go. Notice the temperature in the air around you and just begin to follow your breath. Just bringing yourself to the present moment by maybe noticing the rise and fall of the chest and belly. That's something you can focus on. And doing it with equanimity, with ease, without forcing anything. You're just being an observer. You're just watching the breath. The body knows how to breathe. So just be an observer, watching the breath come in, watching the breath go out. And whatever home base resonates with you, or if you want to try a new home base, but just be with your breath for a little bit. And you know, if your mind starts to wander, as soon as you notice, just acknowledge those thoughts. The mind wants to think, perfectly natural. And just with ease, just bring yourself back to the breath, just noticing the breath. And each time this happens, each time your mind wanders away, no worries, don't worry about it. Just notice it and return again. Just kind of gently nudge yourself back to watching the breath. So our focus this morning is going to be on shoulders. So we'll give our shoulders a little bit of love. We'll pay attention to the shoulders a little bit more today, and places where we hold tension so that we become aware of how our shoulders feel on and off the mat, and we can therefore relax our shoulders at any point during our day. And it's a valuable thing to be able to do because relaxing the shoulders helps relax the entire body. And, you know, we bring our attention to our breath to help facilitate that. So relaxing, no need to be tense. So it will also lubricate our shoulder joints. So we'll help ourselves in many ways this morning. So with that, let's float our arms up overhead on the inhale, stretch out through our fingertips, down through our toes, and just notice how we feel perhaps scanning the body, a quick scan, just to gather a little bit of information. And then we'll inhale through the nose and stretch out through the fingertips and down through the toes. And then we'll exhale and float the arms down by our sides. Inhale the arms up, overhead. Stretch out through the fingertips and down through the toes. And then exhale the arms back down by our sides. Once the hands meet the mat, we'll bend our knees, place the soles of our feet on the mat, and then we'll inhale the arms up overhead, push up, having the sacrum meet the mat. So press the sacrum into the mat as you bring your hands up overhead, and then exhale and allow your back to naturally arch as you float your hands down by your sides. So we'll just continue just floating our arms up overhead on the inhale, pressing our feet into the mat, and then exhaling and floating our arms down by our sides, just allowing that natural arch in the back. So continue with this gentle motion for a few more rounds, and just noticing how your shoulder joints feel. Just moving with ease. Inhaling the arms up and exhaling the arms down. The next time your hands, your palms meet the mat at your sides, walk your heels towards your bottom, and we'll come into a flowy bridge. So we'll do the same thing, but we'll keep our knees about hip width apart. So we don't want our knees to collapse inward, pressing into the soles of the feet, and then inhaling the hips up as we float the arms up overhead, and then exhaling, floating the arms by our sides as we bring our hips back to the mat. So just continue with this motion. Inhaling the arms up, exhaling the arms down. It almost feels dance-like, so just do it with grace. Inhaling the arms up, exhaling the arms down. Notice the rhythm that you're creating. Inhaling up, exhaling down. A couple of more rounds at your own pace. And the next time your hands come down by your side and your hips come down to the mat, just come to stillness for a moment and then bring your knees in towards your chest, hugging them towards you, rocking from side to side. And then we'll keep our knees up off the mat, our feet up off the mat, and we'll bring our hands above our face, and we'll just come into a gentle, easy bicycle. Just bicycle along, maybe bring a beautiful vision to your mind's eye. You might as well look at something beautiful. It's a choice. So whatever you like to look at on your ride. Sea, sky, fields, flowers. Feel your core, so kind of engaging your core here. And then as you're ready, bringing your feet to the mat, bringing your hands down, we'll make our way to our bellies. And set yourself up, if you're doing plank, for the way that you'd like to do it. And just think about strengthening your core. So bringing your belly button in. And if you're doing elbow plank, pressing into your elbows. So strengthening your arms and shoulders and pressing into your heels if you're doing a full plank, squeezing your glutes and your abs, okay? So we're thinking about shoulders today. So this is building up our shoulder muscles too. So we're up to 90. So we'll do 60 up, take a rest, and go 30 again. Okay, I'll count to 3. So 1 and 2 and 3. Come up. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, 14,000, 15,000, 16,000, 17,000, 18,000, 19,000, 20,000, 21,000, 22,000, 23,000, 24,000, 25,000, 26,000, 27,000, 28,000, 29,000, 30,000, 31,000, 32,000, 33,000, 34,000, 35,000, 36,000, 37,000, 38,000, 39,000, 40,000, 41,000, 42,000, 43,000, 44,000, 45,000, 46,000, 47,000, 48,000, 49,000, 50,000. 51,000, 52,000, 53,000, 54,000, 55,000, 56,000, 57,000, 58,000, 59,000, and 60,000. Come down. You can rest in crocodile with your forearms stacked if you'd like. We'll just rest for a few rounds of breath. And just think about where we began. So we began, if you recall, at 10 seconds. So now we're up to 90. So yay us. And if you've already surpassed that, that's awesome. I'm very proud and very happy for you. If you're below that, just know that every second that you add to your time is a positive improvement. Good for the body. Okay, so we're going to go up for 30 seconds again. So 1 and 2 and 3. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, 14,000, 15,000, 16,000, 17,000, 18,000, 19,000, 20,000. 21,000, 22,000, 23,000, 24,000, 25,000, 26,000, 27,000, 28,000, 29,000, 30,000. Very good. You can come down to crocodile again and just notice on your inhale how your belly presses into the mat. So strengthening that diaphragm. And so as you're just resting in crocodile, the next thing we'll do, I'll offer you 3 options. So one option is you can stay in crocodile and just rest and watch the belly press into the mat, which is a good thing. You can do your Sphinx pose. So that's where you frame your face with your hands and you're just lifting head and shoulders up. So you're coming up, not too high. Or if you have a little extra energy today, you can do, I guess, what I will call Superman. So I'm going to do Superman. And so if we're doing that, we're going to stretch our arms out with our pinkies resting on the floor. And then we'll inhale the head and shoulders and arms and legs up, and we'll kick and flutter our arms up and down. So I'll go for that. And you can do crocodile or you can do Sphinx or whatever you like. Okay, so forehead down on the mat. On your next inhale, lift arms and legs up and shoulder and head up and just kick up and down, stretching through your fingertips and down through your toes. kicking up and down, bringing your arms up and down, just strengthening your back body. And breathing. And as you're ready, coming down, we'll make our way to our backs in our own time. Once you eventually come to your back, just walk your heels up towards your bottom. And we'll just allow the breath to return to normal here, just resting here on our backs. You could always bring your knees into your chest, massaging your back by making circles if you'd like, or you can just rest, just pausing here to notice the sounds around you, noticing the rise and fall of your chest and belly. Relax your shoulders, relax your facial muscles. You can bring the soles of your feet together and allow your knees to be wide and just rest here. Continue to rest here for a moment. Just walk your shoulders away from your ears and allow your shoulders to be heavy. And then using your hands to the outside of your thighs to close your knees like a book, walking your heels close to your bottom again, keeping your feet and knees about hip width apart. You can always use your block if you have it nearby. You can always put the block between your knees. You squeeze the block when we do bridge. So we'll come into a flowy bridge. So on your next inhale, just press your feet into the mat as you lift your hips towards the sky and float your arms up overhead. And then float the arms and the hips down. Squeeze the block if you have it. Inhale the arms and hips up. Exhale the arms and hips down. Do that about 2 more times. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Gently taking the block away if you were using it. And then setting yourself up for the next part of our practice. So would you like to turn to your side and push yourself up? Would you like to rock up to half boat or full boat, engaging your core? Would you like to rock up to floating bound angle or balancing bound angle? Or do you want to try reaching for your big toes and straightening your legs? So just see what happens. Try one of those. I'm going to do the toe thing again. Nope, I'm not. I'm doing bound angle. Okay, I'm going to try it again. Not bad. Okay. And so keeping in mind that we're noticing our shoulders, we'll sit up nice and tall, find our sit bones. We'll take one arm across the body, across the front of the chest, supporting it and pulling it back a bit. Feeling a stretch behind our shoulders. We'll switch arms. Keep the breath flowing. We'll switch back to the first side. Exhale, switch again. We're moving with ease. Notice my hands are very relaxed. So I'm not bringing tension to my body. Release, and then we'll do our swimming arms. So we'll backstroke with the left arm, backstroke with the right arm, mindfully bringing the arm around. Come back to the left, so inhaling the arm up. Feel that full range of motion, so going slowly, and then coming over to the right side, inhaling, exhaling, noticing the difference between each arm and shoulder. Inhaling up and exhaling down. And then perhaps coming forward. Lubricating that shoulder joint. Be mindful of the entire movement that you're making. Notice your shoulder joint. Creating a little bit of warmth. And even doing one shoulder an extra amount if that shoulder feels a little tighter, but very mindful. And then once you're ready, you can place your hands on your kneecaps and just do some shoulder circles or shoulder shrugs. Just inhaling using your breath, inhaling up and exhaling down. And then reversing your direction, inhaling up and exhaling down. And then as you're ready, we'll come to our eagle arms, which is a nice stretch. So an L, make an L maybe with the left hand, stretch the right fingertips away as you sweep that arm down, elbows stacked. Wrap forearms together and palms come together if possible. Elbows away from you, so pull the elbows away and then inhale up gently and exhale down. Just use your breath. Feel the stretch across your shoulders. Just lengthening and stretching your muscles, which sometimes get tight, tense. We want to be loose and relaxed. We always use our breath to help us do that. Release as you're ready. And then we'll make an L with the right arm. Extend left fingertips away. Sweeping left arm under, stacking elbows. Wrap forearms together, palms come together as best you can. Elbows away, and then inhale up and exhale down. Just using your breath, moving with ease. And if anything is uncomfortable, just loosen the arms up a little bit. No need to bring tension. But you want, it's nice to feel the stretch across the back of the shoulders. Should be nice. And then as you're ready, release. And you can maybe move the shoulders around a little bit just to make them comfortable. And then we'll just do some head and neck rolls, dropping our chin to our chest, closing our eyes, and just moving the head around. Again, noticing how the neck feels. Keep the breath flowing. The breath is your friend. It's always with you. And at some point, reversing your direction. And doing anything else you'd like to do that will help you feel comfortable. You can sit up nice and tall and look out over one of your shoulders. Look out. Whatever you do on one side, do on the other side. You could drop your ear to your shoulder. You can look up at the sky. Look down at the floor on the exhale. And then as you're ready, in your own time, make your way to your table. So you know how to set yourself up in table. So, those wrists under the shoulders, and the fingers are spread wide, and your knees underneath your hip points, and looking back through your knees. If you see your feet, just bring your feet behind your knees, and we'll engage our core. So bring that belly button in towards your spine, and we'll come into a cat balance. So we'll send the right leg out long, send the left fingertips forward, so the core is engaged, building strength, holding here, pressing the floor away with the right hand, keeping the breath flowing, stretching through the fingertips and toes. Releasing arm and knee down to mat. Take the other side. Stretching the fingertips and toes away, pressing into the floor with the left hand, engaging the core, breathing. Releasing gracefully. We'll come to the first side again. So right foot back, left fingertips forward. You hear those birds chirping? They're saying, go, you guys. You're doing great. They're our cheerleaders. Release. Hand and knee down. Take it to the other side. Releasing down as you're ready. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Bringing your left hand towards the center of your mat. Inhaling your right arm up. If you can look up at the thumb. And then exhaling it down to the mat. Inhaling it back up. Look up at the thumb. Exhaling it back down. If your neck doesn't allow, just look to the side or wherever it will go. Inhale the arm back up. Exhale it down, sweeping it under the left armpit, right palm is facing the sky as you bring your right cheek down for thread the needle. If you'd like to walk your left hand up overhead, coming onto your fingertips, your left fingertips pressing into the mat. And then walking that left hand to meet the right palm. And then pulling that bottom hand, pulling it away from you a little bit so you just get a stretch in the back of your shoulder, your right shoulder. And then taking the left hand next to your face, pressing into the mat and coming out. Very nice. Now we're going to bring our right hand towards the center of the mat. Inhaling left hand up, looking up at the thumb if you would like. Exhaling it down. Inhaling that left hand up again, fingertips towards the sky. Exhaling it down. Inhaling left hand up towards the sky, looking up at the thumb if your neck allows. Exhaling it down, turning left hand palm towards the ceiling, sliding your left palm, your left hand under your right armpit, and bringing your left shoulder down to the mat. And whatever we do on one side, we do on the other side. So walking right hand up overhead, coming onto your fingertips. Pressing fingertips into the mat. Walking right hand so that palms meet, left palm, right palm. And then pulling that left hand a little bit away from you to get a little stretch in the left shoulder. Bringing right hand next to your face, pressing into the mat to come out. Now we'll come to gate. So walking the left foot off the mat, bringing the left hand to the center of the mat, sending right leg out long, pressing that right sole of foot into mat. Inhale the right arm up, fingertips towards the sky, looking up at the thumb. So stretch those fingertips up and away and press into the mat with the left hand. Exhale that hand down. Walk your hands in a rainbow towards the other side. Bring right hand to the middle of the mat. Pivot right foot off the mat. Send left leg out long. Press into the mat with the sole of your foot. And then inhale left hand up. Gaze up at your thumb. Stretch your fingertips up to the sky. Keep the breath flowing. Exhale your hand down to the mat, knee to the mat. Walk your hands to the middle, come to the front. We'll come up onto our knees and we're going to come into breath of joy. So it brings a lot of oxygen and it's good for us. So you remember breath of joy. That's the one where we sniff through our nose 3 times, but we bring our hands center, out, center, and then we come forward, bend forward and say ha. So, if you can do it audibly, nobody around, it's good for you, okay? So breath of joy. So 1 and 2 and 3, ready? Center, sniff out, center, come forward. Come up, we're gonna do it 3 times. Okay, ready? Center, out, center, ha. Come up one more time. So really sniff. Ready? center, out, center, ha. That should get the blood flowing. Alrighty, so we're going to, actually, I'll face this way. We're going to come onto our toes and bring our heels to the mat if we can. If we can't, we can bring a blanket under the heels and we'll come to Malasana. If you'd rather not, if your knees don't permit or your hips don't permit, then you can come to your Tadasana and just find your Tadasana. So this is Malasana, pressing into the inner knees with the elbows and sinking the tailbone, extending through the crown. You know, women in the fields, this is the way they often pick vegetables. And so once you get used to it, it's kind of a relaxing pose. If your heels don't come down, you know, the blanket can help under the heels. And so we want to kind of be upright. We don't want to be hunched over. So extending through your crown and pressing into the inner knees. And then as you're ready, we'll use the strength of the legs to bring ourselves up. We'll come to our Tadasana now. If you're already in Tadasana, just close your eyes and find strength in the pose. So we're going to do a few standing poses. We'll come to face the short end of our mat. We'll do warrior 1, 2, and 3. So we'll bring the left foot forward, right foot back. Both feet are more or less pointing towards the front of the mat. So find a comfortable stance. Engage your core, so kind of tuck your tailbone a little bit. Inhale your arms up. Elbow creases near your ears. Exhale and bend the front knee. So I'm just adjusting my stance. So we want the knee to stay over the ankle. So relax the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. You can gaze up if you'd like. Just feel the strength in the legs. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Think about the shoulders. So consciously relaxing them away from your ears, but still extending the fingertips towards the sky. So getting a stretch, but yet a relaxed one. Press into the big toe mound of the front foot, big toe mound of the back foot. Cross your arms over your chest. Turn your torso to the long end of your mat. Your back foot naturally comes parallel. I'm adjusting my stance a little bit again. Then bring your arms out parallel to the earth. Exhale, bend the front knee. Gaze over the middle front finger. And torso wants to stay relatively upright so you're not lunging forward. You're sinking. Stretching fingertips away from each other. So you're getting a nice stretch across the front of your chest and across your back. Keeping the breath flowing. And then floating arms down, bringing feet parallel, interlacing hands behind your back as you squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, just come down for a flat back. So just looking down at the earth, using the strength of your back and of your legs. Opening the chest by squeezing the shoulder blades together, but with ease, we're not forcing. Inhale up, undo the hands. We'll turn to the other side of the mat. So right foot forward. Find your stance. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the front foot. Spread the fingers wide. Engage your core. Gaze up at the sky. Stretch fingertips up towards the sky. Press into the big toe of the front foot, big toe of the back foot, even the whole back foot, the heel. You can feel where the foot meets the mat. Cross arms over your chest. Turn your torso to the long end of the mat. Adjust your stance. Send arms out, parallel to the earth. As you exhale, bend the front knee. Gaze over the middle front finger, relaxing your shoulders away from your ears. Engage your core. It's a little bit of a pelvic tilt. Someday we should do some of these standing poses and see if we can hold it for a couple of minutes. I'm sure we can. We've built up a lot of strength. Floating arms down, turn feet parallel as you heel toe your feet together. And we'll come to Tadasana, and then we'll inhale our arms up towards the sky, stretch the fingertips up, turn the palms away, floating forward at the hip creases. We fold at the hip creases, leading with chest, chin. Bring hands to the ankles, knees slightly bent, crown of head towards the earth. See if you can straighten the legs gently. Bring your nose towards your knees, just doing it gently and carefully. And then look at the ground, place your hands on the floor, on the mat, come down to your knees, and make your way to your back. Once you arrive on your back, take a nice big deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Feel the back body on the mat. Walk your heels towards your bottom. If you have a block, placing the block between your knees if you would like. And then we'll just come into a flowy bridge, 2 or 3 flows. So as you're ready, inhale, lift the hips up, float the arms up overhead. Exhaling down. So we'll do this 3 times, and on the 3rd time, we'll pause at the top. So 2nd time, using our breath, exhaling as we bring our hips down and our hands down. On the 3rd one, we'll inhale, lift the hips up, arms overhead, press into the soles of the feet, lift the hips up. And exhale, float the arms and the hips down. Take the block out if you were using one. Bring the knees, hug them into your chest, rocking from side to side. If you'd like to come into half happy baby or full happy baby, so you grab the edge or you hold onto the edge, the outer edge of the foot. Spread the knees wide, knees towards the armpits. And just imagine a baby in their crib. Bring a smile to your face if you'd like. And say to yourself, I feel happy. As you're ready, release. Hug knees into your chest one last moment. And then send your legs out long. Spread feet wide on the mat with toes pointing away from the midline. Arms away from the body with palms facing up. And again, take a nice big breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Nice long exhale. And with the exhale, see if you can soften, release, and allow the body to be completely relaxed. Bring your shoulders away from your ears. You might like to lift your head an inch off the mat and gently replace it down. And just feel your connection to the earth as you have completed your practice. Shavasana is a really important part of it, so just relax and release. I invite you to bring yourself back to the room by deepening your breath and wiggling your fingers and toes. And joining me in Anjali Mudra, prayer pose. Thumbs can come to the space between your eyes. May you think kind thoughts. Thumbs to your lips. May you say kind words. Thumbs to your heart center. May you feel love, kindness, and peace towards all beings. Namaste.